Hello, and welcome back if you are new. Welcome if you are new. Welcome back if you're not new. I don't know what I'm saying. It's Wednesday, and I'm just realizing that on Wednesdays, I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm just coming here to get my tea because it's definitely been brewing for long enough. I've been trying to start this vlog for the last 20 minutes, just struggling a little bit today. And I don't want this to be, got my cozy blanket. I don't want this to be another struggling vlog. I really don't. Can I just stop struggling? Or at least can I just stop vlogging the struggle? But the problem is there's only a certain number of days I can vlog each week because vlogging on Tuesday and Thursday is just not gonna work. And so that leaves 5 days left, and I need to vlog at least 3 of those days to get my 3 uploads a week. I just feel like I'm struggling on all of those days. I'm trying to laugh about it to keep from crying about it because I've already been crying this morning looking at the weather. Our forecast is fine, but I am realizing we are down to the last days of hiking weather, and that just makes me really sad. I think the early pre-seasonal depression panic is starting to set in. But like, there's things to look forward to. Like, there's things to be excited about even when I can't go hiking. Like, the end of hiking season means the beginning of walking around my neighborhood season. It means we're almost to Palo Verde season. And as much as I love hiking, and hiking will always be my preferred form of movement. It will always be the outdoor activity that I prefer to do. As much as I love hiking, I do also love walking around my neighborhood when the Palo Verde trees are in bloom, because it is just magical. I mean, it's just incredible. But yeah, it's a little bit sad thinking that I might be down to my last half dozen or so hikes. So I do want to try to go hiking today. I have a lot of work to do today. I have a lot of grading. I have a lot of email, I'm sure. I have 2 calls I have to be on, and I do want to try to do some writing today. We'll see though. I hate to take writing. I hate to take Wednesday off my list of writing days, particularly because I don't really want to turn Sunday into a writing day. Right now, I've got Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday as my writing days, and I take Tuesday and Thursday off completely, and then I can take Sunday off. Like, if I write on Sunday, it's bonus, and I really like having it that way. But I feel like if I take Wednesday off, then I have to add Sunday as a writing day, and then there will feel like more pressure to write on Sunday, and I don't know that I want to do that. So I'm just gonna leave Wednesday for now. I don't know if I'm going to get any writing done today, but I also know I don't think I'm going to get any writing done on Friday. I might get some done on Saturday, but like, yeah. I'm just reminding myself, if the book, if Across the Pond 4 doesn't get finished until March, that's fine. And I think I mentioned this in a previous vlog, or maybe I'll have edited it out, but I do have spring break the first full week of March. So I feel like by my birthday, I should be close. Even if I don't meet my goal of February 24th as finishing it, I should be close by then. And so between my birthday and the end of spring break, I should be able to finish it within that time. So I will definitely be done with it by the beginning of March, as long as I just keep working on it. Now I've got a low battery light. I literally cannot win in starting this vlog. So we're going to end this intro here. Welcome to the vlog. I'm going to get working. I'm going to change the battery, and I'll take a break after my call and after I do some work, and we'll talk some more. But that battery light is just about to set me off. So I'm going to drink my tea and try to relax. We're just going to see how this day goes. I have no expectations for it. We're just going to see. Okay, it is afternoon. I need to step away from this desk. I just do. I also need to switch back to my other laptop. I was on my work laptop, now I'm on my personal laptop. I need to switch back to my work laptop. I need to get back to grading. My call is done, so that's good. I did get a lot of grading done before my call, so I'm glad I was able to start work a little early today. So I'm completely caught up on grading in 3 of my classes. Thankfully, a lot of my students in my business writing class, they had turned in their final drafts early, so I graded a bunch of those yesterday. No, not yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Monday. And yesterday I did some grading during office hours. So I graded a bunch on Monday, and then I graded even more on Tuesday in office hours, and then the last of them turned in their final drafts Tuesday night. So those are all graded. I am now completely caught up in those 3 classes. My first year writing students, I gave them an extension on, well, no, their rough drafts were technically due last night, but I told them they could have until tonight or tomorrow if they needed. So I think there's about half the rough drafts have been turned in, and I've gone through my email, but it looks like there's, I think, maybe a half dozen or so rough drafts that students have emailed me wanting my feedback. So I'm going to spend a good chunk of this afternoon going through drafts. I don't know when I'm going to write. We're not going to think about that. We're not going to think about it, because if I don't write, I don't write. And I'm like, it's really hard. And some of you can chime in the comments and let me know if I'm alone in this. But like, it's one thing for me to say that my goal this year is to not put any pressure on myself, and we're not going to worry about if I write or not, that it's just about making the time to write when I can and not beating myself up when I can't write. And like, you know, consistency doesn't have to look like every single day. Consistency can look like just every day that I'm able, doing what I'm able. And so I think I also need to remind myself that, like, if I only end up with 30 minutes to write, then I write for 30 minutes. And if that's only 300 words, then that's 300 words that I wouldn't have written if I just didn't write at all. So like, I'm still making that mental shift, because even though I've made a lot of progress over the years, part of my brain still, like, the default in my brain is still, and I think this is partly an ADD thing as well, but part of the default in my brain is still, if I can't do the perfect idealized version of a writing session today, then I shouldn't write at all. If I can't sit down and write 2,000 words, I shouldn't bother writing. If I'm not going to meet my Scrivener goal, I shouldn't bother writing. It's this very all or nothing mentality. I've made a lot of progress in that over the years. Like, this used to just, oh, it was so bad during my PhD. It was just, and it would cause so many problems in the long run. But it was around the end of my PhD, the advice that my dissertation director gave me to just work on my PhD, on my dissertation every day for 2 to 3 hours, which I could do for that, because that was basically my full-time job at the time, was being a PhD student, and I was teaching only 1 to 2 classes the last 2 semesters of my PhD. So like, and I wasn't doing any other work outside of that other than YouTube and stuff, but like, I wasn't teaching 5 classes and writing my dissertation. That was why I worked so hard to graduate on time, because I didn't want to lose my TA funding and have to work a full-time job while writing my dissertation. I knew people who did that, and it was very, very difficult for them. So I was trying to avoid that situation. So I could, like, 2 to 3 hours was a realistic and doable and easy amount of time for me to allot. And so the advice of basically figuring out what a realistic amount of time was each day and sticking to that. And that's advice that I give to my students, to my clients. Like, it's advice that I now pass on because it worked. And so I do try. With Scrivener, I'm not so much writing within a certain time frame. Usually it's just I sit down and I write whatever Scrivener tells me I have to write. And it's roughly an hour and a half, hour to an hour and a half right now to write 1,000 words, depending on how slow my brain is. But I feel like I also am trying to get into a habit where on days like today, where like I think for me what I'm realizing is instead of having one goal like 2 hours a day like it was for my dissertation, or like 1 hour a day for my creative writing or whatever, instead of having just one thing, having like a tiered system. So like if I can, 2 hours, because I love falling into the writing, and when I get in the flow I don't want to stop just because it's been X amount of time. And so like in an idealized world, 2 hours to write would be perfect, because that would get me to my word goal plus a bit extra. On a day like today, 2 hours isn't possible. Like Saturday, 2 hours is totally possible. Wednesday, not possible. So the next tier would be hitting whatever word goal Scrivener is telling me. And then I think the minimum tier, which like that goal is usually doable with whatever time I have. But then I think for days like this, I need a third tier where I just pick a time that feels doable, that's at least 15 minutes, but like no more than 30, so I don't stress myself out. And I just say, that's what I'm gonna write. And so I do think today, before my next call in the afternoon, I can stop grading. I will need a break from this. I can't spend more than 2 or 3 hours working on grading and draft review. It just does my head in, and that's really all that's left. So I'm going to start with the emails, and then I'll start grading the rough drafts. Then I think at like 2:30 I will stop. That'd give me a solid 2 hours to grade. So I'll stop, and then like 40 minutes before my call this afternoon, I'll stop, I'll write for 30 minutes, and then I'll give me 10 minutes to be ready for my next call. Like, it's gonna be fine. It's all in my head. Like 95% of the stuff that stresses me out is in my head. So it's really not worth stressing about. I will try to get some writing today, but then also I think that fourth tier is just acknowledging that if it just is too hard to even do 15 to 30 minutes, then I just don't write. And I would rather do that than, and just give myself permission to just not write, than beat myself up for not writing. I don't know. It's just, it's all a work in progress. But I could sit here chatting to you guys forever. I want to get some grading done and just feel like I'm making some progress on that. We'll see how long my brain lasts with that. Because these aren't business writing drafts. These are rhetorical analysis essays. I forgot about that last spring when I taught this. I can't do just these massive grading sessions with the first year comp classes. Grading rhetorical analyses, it just takes a lot of brain power to make sure they're doing things right, and they're a lot less formulaic compared to the business writing documents that my other classes do, and so they are harder. So I want to give myself time to grade slowly, but I also want to give myself time to take some breaks in between, so like it wouldn't be 2 hours straight, it would be 2 hours with some breaks, and need to resurrect the whole idea of doing Pomodoros because I know that would make a difference. Enough rambling. I'm going to step away from the desk. I'm gonna go make myself a sandwich. I'm gonna make some food because I'm hungry, get cozy in my chair. We'll see how much I can get graded. Sometimes I surprise myself. I'm not sure today is gonna be one of those days. It is nearly 2:30, so I've got a little bit of time, a little more than 30 minutes before my next call. And then as soon as that's done, I want to get changed really quick and dash out for a hike. I keep having to remind myself, I've done a lot of grading today. I just didn't get as many rough drafts done as I had wanted, but I did do a lot of grading earlier today as well. So I'm happy with how much I've graded today. I did get through everything student related in my inbox. So I've been looking at drafts for the last hour and a half, and my brain is done. My brain is just done. So I have a little bit of time before my call. I am going to try to write. I know I'm probably not going to want to write when I get home. So I'm going to try writing. I'm going to write it'll be slightly less than 30 minutes by the time I finish talking to you guys and actually start writing. But I'm going to try writing for just 25 minutes, I think. So keep it really simple. I'm just at the start of chapter 18, so that's where we left off. I think I got into chapter 18 in the last vlog, so that's where we're at. So that's good. I feel like I am I'm well into the second half. I'm even into the last third, almost into the last quarter of the book. So I'm making good progress. I'm at 83,486 words out of a projected 100,000. I know it's going to end up being more than 100,000. I'm still not sure yet if February 24th is going to be when I finish, because right now that's when I'm projected to hit 100,000. So it could end up taking me a little bit longer, but we'll see. It's 2:30 on the dot. I'm gonna write for 25 minutes, and I'm gonna set a timer for 25 minutes, and then I will chat with you. Timer is going. And then I will chat with you right before I jump on my call. Right, the power of what just a little bit of work can do. 25 minutes and I've done 868 words. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm really happy with that. So, oh, we need a whole new month in my writing tracker. So, 868. I need to fill out the rest of the new page for February. So that means my goal was 1,179. So minus 868. I need 311 more words to get to my goal. I might be able to do that tonight when I get home from hiking. Or I might not. I mean, at that point, I feel like 300 words, if I feel like writing tonight, I'll do it. I'll get those words. If I don't feel like writing tonight, I won't worry about it. It'll be fine. I feel like this is still, I've done it. I've done some writing. I've kept up with the routine. I think that's going to be really important for me for the remainder of the semester. Even if I can't meet my goals in Scrivener, like those are flexible. And if this word goal went up by 100 words because I didn't write today, like that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I need to just kind of keep in mind that if I can't do it, I can't do it. Or if I don't meet my goal, I just don't meet that goal, because the goals are flexible, they can change. But what's important is on my designated writing days, sitting down and writing, even if it's only for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. Because if I did that much in 25, I wasn't keeping track, but like even after only 15 minutes, I'd had like at least a few hundred words. So it's getting it's taking a long time, but it's getting my brain to shift from thinking in terms of all or nothing to thinking in terms of anything is better than nothing. And today, anything turned out to be 868 words. So I really can't be angry about that, considering I almost just blew today off. That's really good. And I know I can't write that much in 30 minutes every time. Some days it takes me 30 minutes just to get, 100 words written, but like, this is still really good. And I'm still really happy with this. So I'm about to jump on my last call of the day, and then I'm gonna get changed and we'll go hiking. So for you guys, it's gonna cut straight to the hiking clip. So I'm gonna do my call really quick. So it's gonna be about an hour for me, but for you guys, sit back and relax and enjoy what is going to be an absolutely beautiful blue sky, golden hour, one of the final wintry day kind of hikes. right. It is 5:37 and I'm done. I'm still just so hyped about all the words I got written. I'm just so happy. I don't think I'm going to do any more writing today, but that's fine.
868 words is still way more than I thought I was going to manage today. So I'm really quite pleased about that. I'm not worried about not writing anymore. I'm happy and proud of what I got today. That's still really good. And I was liking what I was writing. If I try writing tonight, I will just keep writing. And I really do prefer it when I finish all my work for the day before my hike. Like when I go hiking in the afternoon, I like using the hike as the excuse or the opportunity to just kind of draw a line across the day. The day is done. I'm going to go home. I'm going to freshen up. I'm going to get cozy. I'm going to make something yummy for dinner and then just sit down on the couch and relax and watch TV or YouTube or something. But yeah, I had a good hike. Hiked for about an hour and did about 1 3/4. It was the 1.78 miles. Today I wasn't thinking a whole lot on the hike for most of the hike. I was just letting my mind like go blank, which is not easy for me. My brain is usually ticking over a million things at once. So, but it was so beautiful this afternoon. It was just absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely warming up, but it still felt really, really nice. Fairly quiet. It was a little busy on the main trail, but once I got off the main trail, I only passed or was passed by 4 or 5 people. So not that many people. So the trails have definitely gotten quieter, especially during the week compared to during the holidays. So that's nice. I don't like hiking around a lot of people. Very antisocial when I'm hiking. But yeah, the weather was great. There were a lot of birds out. I could never get it on camera, but there were a few times where, because it's so hard to see them, they're just like hidden in the brush, but they'll hear me coming, they'll hear a hiker coming, something will set them off and a whole flock of them will just fly up over the trail. And it's beautiful. It's mesmerizing. And I can never get it on camera because I can't see that there's a whole bunch of them, off the side of the trail that will be startled by hearing my feet on the trail. So I can never have my camera out and ready as I get close enough that I would startle them. But then there was one point, I tried to get it on camera and I don't think it turned out, but there was like 5 or 6 of these they're only like this big. They're little birds. They're little round birds. They're so cute. And they've got this kind of slightly higher pitched tweet to them, to their bird song. And it felt like I was in a Disney movie. I won't lie. It felt like I was if there was a desert-based Disney princess, these are the birds that she would talk to. It was adorable. It was magical and I loved it. But I think they registered that I was kind of near, but they weren't as spooked by me. And so they just kind of stopped talking to each other. So I couldn't get anything on camera, but they were really, really cute. Beautiful clear sky. Not a single cloud anywhere in the sky today. Yeah, just absolutely just beautiful, bright blue sky that almost looks like it's a Hollywood backdrop or something. Like sometimes the sky out here does not seem real. So yeah, it was a really, really nice hike. But yeah, it's nearly 6 o'clock. The sun's going to be up for a little bit longer. You all and I are going to go home and have a nice cozy evening. Okay, it is just past 9:30. I'm gonna watch one more YouTube video and then go read in bed. But yeah, I've just been, relaxing and thinking a little bit this evening, and
remembered I completely forgot to say earlier. I think the first clip of this vlog was me flipping the page of my calendar, and I completely forgot to say anything once I started filming. It's February. I think this is actually gonna go up on like the 7th. No, the 8th? I think it'll go up on the 8th. So we'll be a week into February by the time you're watching this. But for me, it's February 1st. It is the first day of February. January is done, which is a bit weird to think about. I feel like January felt both really long and really fast. Like, I look back and I did a lot happened. There were a lot of hikes, a ton of hikes. The semester started, a lot of reading. I read 9 or 10 books in January. A lot of stuff I watched on TV, time spent with my family. Like, January was a good month. I did a lot, but yet, and I feel like it went by slowly in terms of how much I got done, and yet I also can't believe, like, it feels like both a lifetime ago and also like just yesterday that it was January 1st, and so it's just wild. But it's February, and February always brings some mixed emotions. Like, I'm excited it's February because February is my birthday month. My birthday is towards the end of the month on the 24th, and it should be an exciting month with finishing up Across the Pond 4 and trying to get that draft done, and hopefully making some more progress on the Independent Hearts outline. And it's like all of that is really good, and I'm excited about that. And I'm trying to be excited about my birthday. It's like I was talking to my therapist and I was just feeling a little bit discouraged, I guess, because it just feels like at 42, I think I've said this before in the vlogs, I'm just not where I thought I would be by 42. I never thought I'd be still living in Phoenix, that I'd, still be living in the apartment that I lived in during my PhD. Like, some of the physical circumstances of my life aren't quite how I thought. I'm still single. I don't have a family of my own. I have a lot of complicated feelings about all of that. Like, I don't regret anything, because I also have things that like 20-year-old, 22-year-old Andrea just would not have imagined, that eventually I'd have a PhD or that I'd have published 6 books. So in some ways things have turned out very differently in a, I don't want to say disappointing way, but just in a different way. And then in other ways things have turned out even better than I could have imagined. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Complicated feelings about turning 42. I feel like I'm just going to be processing a lot of stuff throughout this whole month. Like, by my birthday, I will be very excited about it. I always reach a point in those few days before my birthday where it's like, I can't turn back the clock. Turning 42 is inevitable. We may as well just enjoy it. And I'll buy myself some roses from Whole Foods, and I'll make a cake with Mom, and we'll celebrate and everything will be great. But right now it's just like thinking about this past year and thinking about the coming year, and there's something weird about having my birthday in February because it's still so close to the beginning of the year, and it still feels like it's part of the whole new year, fresh start kind of a thing. And I don't really buy into the whole new year, fresh start in January, because for me it feels like my birthday is the fresh start. January and February is a lot of just time to reflect on all of that. But then I think because at the end of February it's also starting to warm up and it feels like spring is arriving. Like, I've always wondered why they decided New Year was in the middle of winter. It just feels like spring is a nicer time for a new year to start. Like, that feels like the fresh start to me. And so end of February, beginning of March, right around my birthday, is when, at least here in Arizona, it's starting to warm up. I'm no longer really hiking. I'm walking around my neighborhood. Things are starting to bloom. It feels more like spring, and it feels like a fresh start and a whole new season in my life in a way by having a birthday. So yeah, I'm just rambling, but that's kind of where my head is at tonight. It's in a lot of different places. I'm excited it's February. I'm trying to just embrace every new month as a fresh start and a new page and something to look forward to instead of something to dread or fear. And I want to take that kind of energy into my birthday. Like turning 42 isn't something to dread or fear. It's something to be excited about and something to celebrate, even though I'm not really celebrating my birthday in a way that I would if things weren't still so weird because of the pandemic, and if I didn't still have to be so careful myself. But I do need to try to reach out to some friends and arrange for some coffee dates or something before it does get too hot, because it'd be nice to do that. But also I have all of you lovely people to celebrate my birthday with this year. Maybe we should do like a live video on my birthday. Maybe we could do like a virtual birthday party here on YouTube. That might be fun. I do feel like I want to celebrate it a little bit more than I've done in the last few years in particular, but I don't know. Either YouTube live, that might be complicated. I know I can do an Instagram live, so maybe we'll do an Instagram live, or maybe we'll do both. Let me know what you would be willing to show up to. But yeah, I've got the month to think about it, and I feel like I'm going to be thinking about a lot of things this month. So you can expect me to kind of share some of that thought process in these vlogs, because you guys have become kind of my confidants. I find myself telling you things that I probably wouldn't tell complete strangers, but you guys don't feel like complete strangers. So I talk to you as if I am talking to my friends. So yeah, we'll chat all about birthdays and complicated thoughts around birthdays throughout this month, I'm sure. But for now, I'm going to stop rambling because I've been talking for 18 minutes. That will be edited down. I need to go watch this last YouTube video that I want to watch and just start shutting down my brain a little bit, and then go read and then go to sleep. And that is the plan for tonight, for the rest of this evening. So if you have made it to the end of this vlog, leave me some pink hearts and pink flower emojis, because pink is my favorite color and it's my birthday month now. Or you can let me know how your first week of February has gone, because this video is going up a week into February. But you can also let me know what is a goal or something that you have for February. I would like to know. I think my goal, I've got lots of work goals and things like that, but my ultimate goal, I think, is to just enjoy this last 20-something days of being 41 and just find that excitement that I know I will find eventually, but find that excitement for 42, because that's a wonderful thing to have another birthday, and to be 42, that is something to celebrate. So that's that lamp turning off, which is on a timer, so that tells me it is getting late. So I really need to shut up. Let's just chat February goals in the comments, and give the vlog a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're not subscribed, all of that good stuff. I'm getting distracted now by the lamp turning off. And yeah, I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!